think so.
Don't worry, don't get up. Got it covered.
I know.
So Brew is in.
Brew is on the dire side.
Oh, I'm gonna have an early morning.
Yeah, most likely off lane, so just...
Liz, I'm gonna have an early morning dumb question.
Alright.
Can Brewmaster... Beautiful slide. Can Brewmaster's AoE Dispel remove the run buff from the enemy? Or is it undispellable?
It should be able to.
Or can it? Is it undispellable? I can't remember.
I think
you can, right? Like,
I think you should be able to.
Because then that pick's super good. If you
that should make sense.
Yeah.
That should actually explain the pick as well. Yeah. You should be able to, yeah.
You should be, yeah. You should be able to AoE remove the
There's so many of these mechanics, man. Like, when I'm playing the game, I know exactly what it does, but when you ask me like this, I'm like, what's happening?
I think you can, right? I think you can AoE dispel the run.
You should.
Yeah. But anyway, Morphling. We didn't see that area yesterday.
No, we did not.
So but he's in. He's in.
Right, so it prevents them from going Terror Raid most likely, so that's not going to happen.
I guess
nothing safe lane most likely with Rasta. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, with that safe lane. That's safe lane.
But at the same time, like FNATIC, they do have ways to catch the Morphling, right? You picked a Morph into an ES and a Shaman.
Yeah,
that's a little scary, right?
You have a Hex. Yeah. That Shadow Shaman is going to build a natural lance eventually. Like that's what they do right now. And
he's going to be coming in from the trees and bam, Hex. Like, they've got catch for it.
Yeah. And then you have a Red Spirit as well with Silence. I mean, it's not as easy. It's perhaps... I mean, this is a pick that I was wondering about. Yesterday we had this matchup. It was also LOTAC, I mean, I think in that game.
We had to play Kunkka against Monkey King.
Yeah, I'm not certain if he was the one playing Kunkka.
I can't remember that. Yeah, which way around was it?
Like,
we saw both
there was definitely Monkey and Kunkka in the game, and we expected Monkey to completely crush that lane.
But he didn't.
He didn't. He did
got
well.
ganked.
Yeah, he did well. He didn't crush it alone, and then he got even ganked. So
he kept getting ganked by a Grimstroke, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that game, exactly.
So I'm still not really sold on the Monkey King. I feel like there's a lot of teams in SEA that like the Monkey King, but it doesn't seem to be that successful.
Well,
we'll see.
According to yesterday's games, it definitely isn't that successful, but Monkey King versus Kunkka should go well.
Yeah, you should say.
The thing is, how does the team adapt to that? Is the team gonna roll around that mid, maybe pressure the Monkey a bit, or gank him at certain times?
Well, I would say if you compare... I guess so far we see two supports that are gonna roam, right? LOTAC perhaps and Earth Spirit. Shadow Shaman is probably gonna get stuck on his lane. Earth Spirit seems a lot more mobile than any of the heroes that LOTAC can just pull out in combination with their LOTAC. And I think therefore Monkey King is more protected.
I think it really depends on because like sure, Earth Spirit can be really mobile and sort of get in there, but ET can be really good at punishing like Earth Spirit if he misses a roll or dives too far. Because suddenly he's TPing in, Astral's out, stomps down, the Earth Spirit's gonna die underneath the tower. So you've got to be really careful when you go for these aggressive plays as the Earth Spirit, because you have to bear in mind that ET might be sitting behind those trees ready to counter the gank.
I think it's about this next position 5 that they pick on the side of LOTAC. Lion, yeah. Why I said it is because they needed a hero that can control the Monkey and just rotate around him, maybe from fog during the first night after minute 5, or maybe if he gets an Invis rune or smoke and just kill him. So even level 2 or 3 on Lion is enough to take down that Monkey with the Kunkka. The problem with Elder Titan though is like he's predictable, and you have to see that coming. It's a big guy with a briefcase,
shaking his legs around.
Exactly. So you're gonna see that Elder Titan coming at you if he's ganking you on mid. And I think it's very important that LOTAC have this kind of a hero that can rotate towards mid, because that Kunkka is gonna get dominated most likely. He should be dominated, and then you have to respond to that. Like let's say the perfect timing is probably with the first night around minute 5 you fight for those bounty runes, then you rotate around the river and you go for the Monkey kill. He's still not going to be 6, he's still going to be trying to pressure Kunkka. You can do it even earlier if there's an opportunity, obviously.
And I think anytime you sort of see a brew, you want to have some sort of instant disable. Now you've got it, you know that line. Every team fight, he's going to be able to hex the brew unless something else is locking him down. But you imagine with the Spirit and the Shaman, they're going to be trying to control like the Morphling, for instance. But now they've got to bear in mind the Lion, because every time that Lion's going to hex the brew, he's not going to get the split off in the fight, and they're going to have the follow-up. They've got the disable, they've got the team fight already, as we said, with the ET. Kunkka's going to be very strong, so it makes the brew's game a lot harder when he's trying to get off the split.
At the same time, I know Lion is alright in the current meta, but I'm not the biggest fan of the hero.
No.
I just find them like, you have the Earth Spirit and Brew on that lane. Lion and Morphling, they have to play really well, while the game for Earth Spirit and Brew is very simple. If that line is 1 millimeter out of position, he's done.
I mean, you sort of look at the direct comparison, like a hero like Lion and Earth Spirit, like both are stuns and disables, but Earth Spirit, he has like a bazillion HP. Like this guy's so beefy, he just goes in. You're not going to instantly kill him, but you're right. Lion can just fall over in the fight if he's out of place. So it's a risky hero.
That's how you play it. You have to adapt to that, obviously. And the counterpart of Earth Spirit, let's say, is Elder Titan, and he's similar. They're the same. Also, Elder Titan plus Morphling, they kind of work well if you go with the E-Blade build on Morphling. There's so much damage that you can
what was the natural order? Yeah. I mean, even with the finger damage as well, they've got a lot of burst to really utilize that as a team of the era. Razorban comes out, we expected it earlier, it still comes out now, they're running a Kunker and such. Yeah. So
I don't know why though, because it's obvious that Monkey is going to be mid.
I mean, that is very true, yeah. So you would think. I mean, sure, we obviously can see safe lane Monkey King, but as you say, if you look at these two drafts near FNATIC, you want to put the Monkey King mid.
It's a
Sven.
It's a core Sven. It's
no. It's
well then, Morphling, Kunker, and who?
Oh yeah, sorry, it's an offlane Sven. Yeah, of course. Yeah, offlane
Sven. Offlane Sven.
Offlane Sven.
So it's gonna be the Sven with the Elder Titan on the offlane. And
that's a beefy offlane duo.
Where's the Elder Titan? Where's my?
I put him over here.
Oh, it's Radiant offlane, isn't it?
There we go. There he is.
You don't want to try shoving things over?
No, I'm gonna break stuff. I know I'm gonna break stuff.
I did almost shove Brew over the edge. Right, what's the core for FNATIC? Assuming Monkey King is mid.
Yeah, he's still got that safe lane.
And a Lifestealer.
Alright.
Okay.
Lifestealer with an L.
I'm thinking because
Lifestealer doesn't really care about an ET Sven lane.
And Lifestealer also doesn't care about Lion, he just eats him up.
Yeah, I mean, against the supports, the Lifestealer destroys ET and Lion.
Lifestealer is alright.
How are they going to deal with the Morphling, though?
If it goes late, this Morph's going to...
If it goes late, Morph is just going to eat them alive, so...
But I like the Lifestealer, it's good against the supports. It's not going to get caught out by the Kunker's X mark. He's going to be, it's very hard for the Kunker to control him.
I'll go for FNATIC.
FNATIC.
I'll go for FNATIC as well. They've got the Brew off lane. They're super good with that. They have the Earth Spirit.
I mean, they just need one prediction from the three of us. The rest of us just go together.
And I think, as you said, like Monkey King should beat the Kunker mid. I think we just saw some matchups yesterday where the mids were, the players were like a little different in skill level. But FNATIC versus LOTAC should be close, so we should just see the hero, be able to outperform the other. Yep. So we'll see. And I think offlane Sven can sometimes be a little hard, tricky pull off. And I think they do really rely LOTAC on going late and making sure the Morphling has a game. If this game gets shut down early, which FNATIC with their Brew strat, it absolutely can if they just start rolling over them, going to these team fights where the Morphling isn't able to attend, they could shut the game down easily before the Morph comes online. So I think
we could add a fourth column in the prediction tab. Basically, be everything everything that we don't go for.
Why?
Well, it's basically counting how often we're wrong.
Oh yeah, well, production could have one.
Yes,
yeah, production you should have one, and then production can predict a match. Too easy. Too easy, they say.
Of course,
they'd already have at least 2 right yesterday.
That's true. That's true. But they would have less.
But they haven't voted on all the games. What?
They would still have less right than us.
Yes, but they only voted for 2 games, and they got those 2 right.
I mean, the only thing they want is discord among us. They just force one of us to vote differently. They want to break us apart. That's all they want. Just conflict.
Conflict, viewers, it's drama. The drama. People love watching drama.
Let's have a look then. So yeah, I mean, Ice Brew, I think that's a pretty safe bet, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if he's able to do it again. And Raven, he's on the Morphling. I think that's up there with his TB. That's one of his carries. But let's see, FNATIC versus LOTAC, game 1, upper bracket. So, of course, neither team going home today. If they do lose, they will still have another chance. Oh, you're going to see these new bloom things. Look at that, it's a pig. What? Look, oh, wow. Out comes the pork.
Wait, how? What?
It's the new bloom thing. You can throw pigs at people. Year of the pig balloon.
What's
the dancing lion?
Previous things are gone. I didn't really use all of them yet.
But tree decorations was the other one. Some firecrackers. Wow. We're going to have a absolutely fabulous looking match. Look, there he goes, the pigs.
Wow.
The pigs are out.
Wow.
Wow.
I like that. I mean, that's a step up over the Frosthaven ones. They're improving every time, Val. Well, there's the lion. That's the dancing lion. It just popped out of the ground and wiggled around. I like it. And we'll see a little bit of a fight here for this bounty room, but with the ET around, you don't really want to run into that.
Yeah, but no one went for the other one. So it's kind of alright.
I'll see how high I'll be able to grab that one top. Just the 2 for 2 on the bounty rooms. Let's see, so FNATIC starting off this as a trial.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we saw teams do this the other day, right? When they feel like a lifestealer is going to not be phased at all by the offlaner, they just leave him on his own. And lifestealer should be fine on his own. He's against his Sven.
Yeah.
But what does he care about his Sven? He doesn't at all. He should be able to absolutely free farm in that top lane on his own. Yeah, he's going to get some XP.
Yep. And the Sven is very beefy, but lifestealer, he certainly does not care about that.
No.
The only problem if you're tri-laning with a Panda is again the experience on him.
Yeah, like you have to get kills.
And you're tri-laning versus an ET, so he's gonna get a ton of damage from you, and he's gonna do exactly this. Well, he's gonna miss, it seems. Oh, he might be problems here. All right.
Let's be a little careful.
Yeah, he has actually no stout shield or anything like that. So yeah, early on you can expect this sometimes to happen. The Kunkka is gonna get some advantage, but Monkey King, as you can see, 2 waves are going his way. So
I mean, as you said, it's sort of what from the level 3 mark, but that's when you really feel
you get
it's so hard to lane as Kunkka.
Two levels in Jingle Mastery, and then it's whatever. This, however, is good for Sven. Ohio is adapting to this lane very well. And there we go. Do they have Orb of Venom? They should have on Earth.
One more hit!
He just needs to slow him.
Oh my god, that range! What?
It's Venom, I think, on Earth Spirit. Does he have it?
He's a melee hero. Why doesn't he
he's got
act like
Yeah, so Orb of Venom is basically what allowed Monkey to catch up to him.
Yeah, if they didn't have it, they wouldn't have got it. Yeah. So
you can expect Monkey King on this lane to get an early Orb of Venom as well, just so he's able to run down the Kunkka on his own. And now when he gets level 3, they've given this monkey such a huge advantage that he should be able to completely dominate. Or boots, actually. Early boots are just as good. So it's one over the other.
Oops.
Oh, hello, Lion.
Yeah, and that's a level 1 Lion that already used his stun, and that's something that Jabs knows, so let's see if
he's stun in a couple of seconds, so he should be able to save himself.
Yeah.
Skemberloo runs away this time.
He's got to be careful.
Boots LP.
And how we're seeing the farm be going here. Ice. Not getting a lot of CS. And Raven still able to farm okay. Obviously that top lane is where we're going to just see both cores get pretty much entirely free farm.
That's another one. Torrent at least comes out in the Earth Spirit, and that means that Abed can't do anything more.
He can, but he does get the stack, so
now you just can't come there.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to deny pretty much most things. They're diving for this. I mean, he knows he can get the stack up yet again. He's dodging out the torrent.
He outplayed himself.
Yeah, he was a little scared of the torrent placement, so didn't want to fully go in.
I think actually Sven has an advantage on that top lane, because he's able to creep skip and pull it to the medium or small camp, and then he has the cleave.
So he's going to farm quicker.
Yeah, he's going to farm quicker as he's farming a camp.
Shouldn't there be a support that is going to stop?
But he's a Sven, he's beefy. Like, you have to use quite a few resources.
He's also got a
Earth Spirit dice.
Yeah, free trip back to base.
He's also got a Lifestealer there that, you know, they can do something together perhaps.
The problem with Lifestealer is that he's gonna have to go back and miss out on the CS to go for that Sven.
Oh, he's trying to do the same thing.
Oh, look, he's doing the same thing.
Oh, there we go.
He's like, alright, you wanna...
No, it's group right,
yeah,
it's too big.
That's a lot of...
Yeah, but this is a problem with the creep changes. They don't aggro on the...
Oh, they don't? Why are they unaggro?
They don't. For some reason they changed it. I think it had something to do with Earth Shaker and Touch Pulls.
So now
it's bugged because no one can pull them there. It doesn't work.
That specific camp.
I don't know if it's this one specific camp. It's a few camps that have have this issue.
At least
it's really
the cap is helping him clear the way.
At least he's got some life steal.
Yeah, I mean, they're helping him last hit, that's it. But it's, I don't know, it's just stupid.
He can't get rid of these creeps. They just want him.
Creeps, yeah, exactly. And he now loses away to the tower.
Yeah, that's why he's taking him back there. Oh, jeez. That is,
He's like scratching his lifestealer head right now. Like, why were they after me? What did I do?
And then let it get. I mean, as we said, Monkey King versus Kunkka, this is how you kind of expect it, but this is also Monkey King plus an Earthspirit against the Kunkka. Like, the Kunkka's got no chance now.
Of course. Like,
it's a nightmare for him.
Yeah, I was talking about that Lion rotating in and helping him around the 5-minute mark. And he did try, if you noticed, he did try, but he got interrupted by Earthspirit. So the Earthspirit prevented Lion from even ever coming to that mid lane. And now the Lion has smoke, so we're gonna probably see him go mid. We're gonna see a gank coming towards 100%. There we go, the Lion is mid already, so they're gonna try something. They have to, because...
Now look at the CS difference, 30-19 against 6-17 for 0.
Earthspirit is very far away. He's actually on the hunt for this Fen.
Alright, with 3 of them, they should be able to punish it.
This should be the time for them to go mid.
No, the Monkey King's at the tower. They can't.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's definitely problematic. They should have, I don't know, they should have messed with the lane equilibrium so that it works in their favor when that's happening. If Lion is rotating mid and you as a Kunkka, you're pushing out mid, then your support is just wasting his time. You, as a mid player, you have to think about things such as that one. So.
And now the Earthspirit is back mid, so nothing can really happen. And there's also going to be an Arcane Rune for the Earthspirit as well. Score. Interesting scan, thinking that they maybe try to wrap around Alliance SIS on bot lane. But now that he knows he's alone, maybe be a little bit more aggressive.
I love how Morphling fell off for a while, but Hero is just as strong.
We observed the game yesterday though, right? With Morphling being the fattest Morphling there ever was in a 17-minute game.
The highlight reel.
The highlight reel that lasted for a year.
Oh no, poor drop. Oh, say that, Emmett.
No.
There's an Arcane Rune on jabs. Is there a shrine? There is.
Oh, there is. He's good. He's good.
But that Morphling lost, by the way. No matter how fat he was, he couldn't carry.
I mean, in this game as well, you can't really strength morph. You're against the Nikes. Like, if you try to survive that way, he can still feast upon you, so... That's an easy kill.
How does that even happen?
He uses both of his disables and then...
Yeah, but why is he trying to do something there that doesn't have any backup?
He was most likely trying to deny creeps. Rasta has a lot of base damage.
Yeah.
Like, and usually what you try with Rasta, if someone is creep skipping, is you just go and you deny all the creeps that he is trying to farm. And the offlaner gets 0 experience. However, this time he got the creeps and the Rasta.
I was going to try again, DJ.
Let's go, DJ. Oh, he's not really denying. He isn't trying that. I think he's a bit scared, perhaps. Look at Ohio just running through the tower. Oh,
he's not going to get away with that.
No.
Oh, no.
Like...
I mean, I guess either way, there was probably no way of getting out of this position.
I think he could have... I don't know, actually.
He could have, definitely.
He could have tried to find a place where he wasn't in vision.
Exactly. So basically, if you're doing that play, you have to get out of vision, so the Trustag has to come in melee range to see you, and then you're definitely
does he have a climb blade? He could have dug a little deeper in the forest.
I mean, he could have.
Well, it was a cooldown, because he dug out one tree that didn't allow for him to have a nice pass.
He could have went to the left as well. He could have just. He didn't even have to eat a tree there. He could have hidden himself. It would have been alright, but small mistake there.
Yeah.
Maybe he is searching for that TI invite behind the tree.
Maybe there's hidden Easter eggs.
He's trying for different trees every time.
Scattered across the map.
Oh, and we know which tree it is. It was the big one.
We saw one.
We saw the tree.
We saw the tree. We know it exists. We saw it yesterday.
Yeah, but it disappeared. Just in front of our eyes, it was there. It appeared, and then
giving us a glimpse of paradise.
Yeah.
Well, that was the most obvious word placement ever.
Higher, turning around on the Jabs. They got the stump as well. Jabs, he's dead. And MP should be fine. He's got a rage. If he feels pressured.
And there's a Shadow Shaman there too, just in case.
He's actually building a Midas on Nike, so he definitely wants to be able to just farm well and go late versus the Morph. His Monkey is doing quite fine on mid, so he's gonna be able to carry them through the mid game, and he's the one building the fuel.
So he's going for the plays.
He's not going for the Battle Fury or anything like that. He's not going the greedy way. He's going the I'm gonna kill you in the mid game way.
And Tron, of course, just still trying his best to catch back up.
He did die once on Monkey. They got him with the Elder Titan rotation, but he's still on top of the net for it. Like, he just crushed this lane, and that's what Monkey does versus Kunkka. That's what Monkey should do versus Kunkka.
Yeah.
Yesterday we saw something completely different, but
we'll see Jab, see if we get some sort of a setup.
well, there's a Panda rotating mid as well. He has that split. They want Kunkka, but he's aware.
Well, top LOTAC going very aggressive here by the tier 2 towers.
Oh, that's rolling out, just buying time. Oh, can he hide? He's trying to. Look, that's the path that could have been taken. Oh. But look at all that time wasted. That's worth ish.
Yeah.
I mean, he was gonna die anyway.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Wasting any second basically allows them to do this pressure mid-tower.
Let's imagine how far that Sven could have walked earlier. Shadow Shaman is, this is how you do it. And just showed him. A lot of pressure here on the tier 1.
They're trying to go for a bit of a poke over the Tidebringer, but there's going to be a primal split coming down. I mean, look at the bow over him. So he's got that run buff, and he does also have the back of Ohio coming in with the war cry. They turn towards Arbed. Arbed was able to dodge the stun there with the mischief, but they've got a lot of follow-up to control him. Torrent's down, Finger as well. Arbed's going to get dragged back by the X-Mark. Is going to fall, and they get away with the counterplay. The LOTAC coming in as FNATIC tried to dive that tier 1 tower, and pretty much bring in the entire team, but they kill Arbed with it, and now they can push the tier 1 tower.
They killed the Earth Spirit, and also Panda used split.
They didn't lose anyone. It started looking like, I thought it was gonna end real bad when the Wukong command was in a good position, but Monkey just realized when that Sven teleported in, gotta get out, and then his Wukong's command was...
I mean, it's sort of as well, at this point, the combination of the rum and the you take no damage from this Monkey King and Lifestealer. Like, they literally do nothing.
Yeah, that was the issue, definitely. It was the rum and the war cry. Later on, you're going to have the Elder Titan as well helping out in that Wukong's command. They have a lot of AoE actually in it to work around.
I like the fact that LOTAC looks to be going on the aggressive. They already saw the Midas on the Lifestealer as well. They'll probably want to find some more aggression earlier to well, make use of the space that they've basically been given because of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Finding some holes here and there, like this one.
So he does have MP by his side. MP trying to go for higher. They get the stomp block onto the Brew, but they can't quite get to him yet. Ohio does get chased down. So they can turn things around. Raven into the E2 forms. They will roll in, close the gap onto Jabs. Magnetizes down, but Raven has enough damage to bring down the Earth Spirit. 1 for 1. Shackles out from DJ, locks down a second, and a quick air shot finishes him off as Yamate will fall.
Yeah, this line is in problems though. Has nowhere to hide.
Hello. Oh, Hex.
No, he won't save him.
It's just buying time.
Exactly. Just buy some time. Your Kunkka farming mid. It's alright. It's better than just dying instantly and giving up. Every second in this game matters, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. And FNATIC should be able to get this tier 1 their problems.
Buying Midas as well. So they're going like very greedy. Yeah, and only one Vlads.
Do they need to? Like,
I mean, they want to be able to make sure they can scale against the Morph thing, but at the same time, I don't think the game's going to be any easier in the late game.
No.
If Raven has a good game.
I feel like they feel ahead right now. Why can't they try to continue to keep the pressure
I think you can continue pressuring them, but you can't take any major objectives with the team that they've got. Like, yeah, tier 2s perhaps, but that's about it. You're gonna be trying to, let's just say, go high ground versus another Titan, which is not gonna happen.
Eyes in, on to DJ and MP. Look at the boat down as well. MP's rage will end as he now has to try and retreat. He has jabs with the invis. They have detection from it. Like jabs is going to reveal himself. He comes out with the magnetize. He's trying to fight this as well with the backup of Ice power split. The Monkey King has the balance strike down onto 2. Wukong Shaman is out. That will kill off Ohio. Ohio falls, fingers there for the scab. Burst down jabs in return, but MP and Albert still ready to continue the chase as they get on top of the Elder Titan, turn towards scam. Ice is down on the high ground with the clap as FNATIC will take 3 kills.
You know what, Shiver? You can take Midas and still win fights.
Yeah.
There's that as well.
Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, that third spirit with Invis drone, like, that was so good, but that was so bold at the same time to try and fight them.
Yeah, fight the 3 of them.
Exactly, but they saw that the monkey was coming in, so... And they were also on the shrine, so I don't know. I have a feeling 8 out of 10 times I wouldn't have fought that. I would just run back.
Especially because you know we see that there's 3k gold. Just now was 2k gold advantage for FNATIC, but that's all in the Midas. Like, that's how much you spend on the Midases. So.
But that's also, you have a Midas, but you're already ahead. So
yeah.
You got away with that purchase.
Exactly, but that makes me.
Well, I understand.
Makes me very worried for LOTAC.
Yeah. Oh.
As well.
Yep, that's true. But they have this opportunity right now. They should do something about it. They just need to fight properly. That fight, they got caught off guard with their Spirit Invis. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, as we said earlier, as long as they can stick together, get Warcry and the Rum on them,
yeah,
they're going to fight for sort of these 15 seconds where they're just invincible.
Yeah. So they gotta try to find their own movements, and for that they need more vision, I'd say. Their own jungle got taken over. They did try to ward up the enemy jungle.
Alright. He does know someone's probably sitting back here.
There's no blink dagger. If Ice wants to fight, he has to walk into the fight. I don't think they want to fight because the rest of his team is all around the tier 1. Oh, they're all not visible on the map.
Actually, yeah, because of
Love it.
Sometimes you can defend just by not showing yourself on the map. That's it.
Yeah.
They're just spooked.
That is pretty nice, actually. But look at how dark that map was for the Radiant side. Look.
Yeah, that's why they fell back. They have no vision. They see nothing.
Yeah.
Are we gonna allow bathroom breaks today? Maybe a few.
I mean, this is a TS, so I guess there's an issue with the server for speaking. Are we gonna allow bathroom? I feel like, I can imagine even if you went to the toilet before the game started, you're so nervous because it's.
Yeah, but these guys are pros. These guys aren't nervous.
Yeah,
these guys are professionals.
All right,
maybe another day in the office.
Maybe nervous is not the right word, but definitely like anxious and on edge to try and do well today. And I could imagine that sensation makes you want to go to the toilet. It's like when you're playing hide and seek, you always have to go to the toilet. Some people have that.
What? No.
Some people have that, yeah.
Hide and seek makes you want to go to the toilet. No.
Every time you're hiding, when you're just hiding and you think you got a good spot, that's where you need to go to the toilet.
You have a good spot, but you want to go to the toilet.
That's a natural reaction for your fight or flight type of thing. It's connected somehow.
Oh, if something's going to kill me, I need to go to the toilet.
I don't know how that works, so...
Yeah, that's how we evolved. Don't question it, man.
Yeah.
Evolution.
Evolution. When you're playing hide and seek, I'm gonna Google.
Being chased by a lion or something. Just wait
remember
up.
That's actually.
Gotta poo.
Yeah. I mean, well, maybe, sure. Maybe that's why they need to toilet.
Hide and seek.
Don't say get some weird video.
Toilet.
Yeah,
don't show us that.
No,
come on, that's gonna be something nasty.
That's some category on some site. Yeah, you don't want to look at that. There we go. LOTAC. They're gonna back off now. Don't want to push for the tier 2 quite yet. And I'll bet, of course, he has got that diffuser blade finished. With the 3 Wraith bands and a phase boots, he's pretty scary at the 17-minute mark. So he can certainly punch. And Ohio just continuing to try and shove out this top lane. ISS is there, but Ohio does not want to be jumping in on him, as there is backup behind him with DJ waiting on the Shaman.
Yeah, he's completely alone, and I don't even know. He's waiting for Lion. With Lion, they might be able to blow someone up. I don't know if that particular someone is Ice. He's quite tanky.
Yeah, we'll see. They do have that finger, but yeah, as soon as they see DJ coming in, the Lion's out there. He's like, nope, you're on your own there, sir.
Okay, and, but are they be able to kill him?
Wow, it jabs coming through, they certainly will.
They committed so much. It's not only the wards that were committed, it's the fact that the three of them rotated, and the Rasta was there all the time. But I think it's basically because they bought these Midases and they realized there's not a whole lot we can do across the map. We're not going to use these wards to take any towers, so let's just get this kill that was given to us. Why not?
Most people have to go to the toilet during hide and seek if they take it seriously, because that means that you are. That means
like competitive hide and seek.
Competitive hide and seek.
There is a
there's such a thing though.
in your body that makes you feel stressed about it.
There has to be.
There has to be competitive hide and seek with toilet breaks.
If there isn't, we should make it.
Competitive hide and seek.
Sure.
Yeah. It feels like there has to be the same board all the time, though. Like the same
board,
like map.
Same map.
Hall. Where are you gonna play it?
No, it doesn't have to be the same hall, right? That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, you can
just change the hall every time.
And do like different locations.
Yeah.
You know.
We can play hide and seek here. Games.
Alright, we'll do it.
Oh, nice kick there from Jabs, keeping him in the Wukong's command. Doesn't like be enough to kill him though. Jabs was slept, so he couldn't actually proceed to chase Ohio. Ohio's going to get out. ISO's over the primal split. Will look to chase down an easier target of the support, Yamate. I say, it looks like he's going to back away from it. Doesn't feel like he has to follow damage, and in fact, elsewhere, trouble's going down. They're trying to make a play onto Raven. Raven will turn with the finger there to blow up the Shaman. Skem is already sitting on that juicy 2 bonuses of the finger damage. He'll die, but hey, it's all good for him. He's getting the bonus damage on his finger. So he's happy. And that can really start to add up.
He's building into a Dazzle, is it? No? He
just got a load of Mithril Hammers.
Mithril Hammers, yeah. But no Blightstone on it.
No, so I imagine he's just going for the bash. He just probably... Oh no, he is.
Yeah,
no, he is. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
So it's Dazzle.
It is Dazzle and Basher. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I like it. The full. I mean, this is
the right click build. This is completely opposite of what we saw yesterday, coming from who was it? It wasn't just Naive. Yeah, Naive. Radiance builds.
Win or lose. Actually, he did end up winning, I guess, more than
They won twice.
They won twice.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
But yeah, for sure, this build's going to help tear through some of these beefy heroes.
Morphling, Elder Titan.
Yeah.
No one is safe in this game.
Oh. X mark right on the spot. That is a dead monkey.
You can actually jump once you're rexed.
If you can time it. I think he did start to try and do this because he was channeling the primal spring, but it's hard to do because you know the Kunkka's, he's going to know, so he's going to pull you back early because he knows you're going to try and jump. But yeah, you can try and outplay. It's hard.
Talk about the second once again.
Yep, now that monkey's dead, they go into the pit. Yeah, they should be doing this way too fast though. But how do you contest it? You aren't really ready. You don't have the monkey. If we could just see Roshan's HP.
Hello!
Oh, he's halfway.
That's already a dead lion.
Alright, yeah, walks straight down with the MP and he
you don't need
Desolators helping them tear through.
This Desolator definitely
and that's going to help them do Roche really quick.
Yep.
So that Deso pick up perfect here from MP.
Yeah, so good.
That was the buyback for the Earth Spirit. Didn't even notice he died. He died so fast.
He died instantly, but everyone else did as well on the side of LOTAC. Like they lost 3, so you're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that is god tier trade.
Yeah. Perhaps they didn't have to buy back, but
sure. But that's the, you know, the panic of the moment. You know, I guess that makes sense.
Of the moment.
I also think that because they took that fight with Monkey King being dead, like the mental warfare in a game of Dota is very important as well. Now they know that even if Monkey is dead, that's still a scary thing to fight into, and they like next time they might be more hesitant as well.
I mean, honestly, the mental warfare started when that Nike started ripping through them.
Yeah.
When you see that beast hitting at your Sven and the Sven just disappears, you're like, all right,
Whoops.
we can't fight this. Not any longer. There we go.
I mean, yeah, anyone that MP gets on top of, it's just an easy kill. He can always kill them throughout the duration of his rage now at this point.
They have to start juking him somehow now.
Yeah.
They have to start kiting him. It's the only way. You can't fight him anymore.
Oh. He's got the finger. Oh, do you want to use it? Come on. Make sure you get the kill, but you want to make sure you get the bonus damage.
Yeah, that's worth it. I think as a carry.
It is a long cooldown level 1. So he's been probably smart about it. He's like, I might actually need it.
The monkey perhaps.
The temptation is always there if you can see the opportunity to get the bonus damage, but Scammy's a sensible boy. He's saving it for the emergency moment.
Basically, you want to use it on either the panda or the monkey. On the panda, maybe they're going to be just short of killing him before he splits.
Yeah.
And then you definitely want to...
There you go. We're going to go for this. I'll try and... Don't be torn, but he's got the Aegis. They'll try and burst him the once, but I think he came out wasn't enough, so he's not even going to lose that Aegis. He's able to turn him with the ward trap down, trapping Hayo.
Yeah.
They'll get the kill on the Sven, they'll take the tower as well. This lifestealer just proving to be a huge issue now for LOTAC. And not really an issue that I feel like the Morphling is going to be able to do anything about. You know, Morphling, he's going for that E-Blade build. MP doesn't really care about that. He's a lifestealer, he's got rage.
Yeah, the E-Blade isn't going to help at all there.
No. Unless they can get him hexed, caught off guard.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, now you know, DJ's got a 4-star, so if he does sort of get...
I think that Scuddy is much more valuable. You need it. But at the same time, if you get the E-Blade, you're going to be able to, let's say, blow up this Rasta or... Which
way does he go? I mean, as you say, he's deciding, isn't he, Raven? He's saying Scuddy or E-Blade.
Yeah, so basically, if you go for Scuddy, you're going to be able to kite the Nikes a bit better, which is definitely necessary. But I think the proper way about it would probably be E-Blade.
You still go E-Blade.
Yeah, then you just go for the monkey kill or the Rasta kill first.
Good axe. But DJ, the shackles will be cancelled. Raven does manage to start morphing before the silence kicks in. Waveforms away. Ahayo's going to try for the TP out. Is there anything to catch there? There's not, so Ahayo will escape. Raven's still in trouble though. They've caught him in the trees, and sure, Ahayo got out of there, but it meant that FNATIC were able to turn their attention to hunt down the bigger kill.
They ended up killing Raven.
Yeah, this is high ground push.
Already in the base.
This is...
That is Lion.
The Lion didn't get out in the end, apparently, as well.
No, the Brewmaster just sent his split up, so he found a Lion, and we talked about it during the draft. The positioning of the Lion is super important, and I think Scamblue has done a decent enough job, but the moment that he is found,
it's a hard, I think, you know, we sort of felt at the start of the draft was just a little nicer for FNATIC. They were going to hit this time in 25 minutes in when they just run over this Morphin lineup, and that's exactly what they're doing. Now, MP with the Midas Death, so he hit a great timing. He's going absolutely ham now, and no longer sort of this war cry run is enough to allow LOTAC to stand against the physical damage of FNATIC. They're just taking the melee racks and just getting kill after kill after kill. They just can't hold back this lifestealer. MP's just shredding them all. As LOTAC, a bit of a miracle does one around the bashes out to Raven. Raven has come in. He went in on the BKB purchase. He felt desperate. You know, he was going to Scotty E-Blade. He's like, we're losing the game now. I've got to do something that allows me to stay alive. But it's not enough. GG's scored. Everyone's there without buyback as FNATIC overrun LOTAC. Spectacular start. A nice 4-man torrent. But that's about it. The highlight there of the Kunkka's game is he did not have a pretty time trying against Monkey King or Spirit Mid.
But a nice 4-man torrent, though.
Yeah,
that's what
nice 4-man. That's what he'll be remembering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look at the things that are nice.
Yeah, look at the positives. That was one of them.
He did get...
Raise your akong tiya. Di na mo suroy maglaroy, di na mo sukulog bugoy. Magsumbagay, 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 magsumbagay. Pero kung makainom nagtanduay, mugawas ang pagkainday. Magsumbaday, magsumbaday, magsumbaday. Kay daghan siyag nakatulan sa iyang bagong simbahan. Wanay mo gusto ni Pacquiao, wanay magrambol sa masyaw. Musimbabay, 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 musimbabay. Pero kung makainom nagtanduay, maguna pa ang panuway. Magtigbakay, magtigbakay, magtigbakay. Sila na among kapitan, wanay maghantak sa dalan, wanay magsugal sa bilar, wanay mapriso sa utang, wanay lugar ang kawatan. Magtabangay, 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 magtabangay. Pero kung makainom nagtanduay,
mga uyuan, paki-like ko, comment o
yeah. You know what it is. Biber? 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 Lami ilaba, kay perting inita, ipalahi na, imong sanina. Ang karsonis ibutang sa planggana, kay taod-taod magsugod na ta. Ang dekolor kay dere, kay ang pikas balde butangan og puti. Palitan nato ni og sabon, syarog din e mahumot ni karon. Sigurado nga mauna ni ang imong mga labhonon, para di nata magbalik-balik, laag dayon ta og mapohon. Pero karon maglabasa ta, ato asa ni ati manon. Kay sayang kayong adlaw, grabe ka init, ipagawas ipamalit niya sipit. CJ, ipasa na ang hangin, randaman na dayon ang atong hinayhay, para mahanay ang atong sinablay. Sigurado ko nga malipay ani si nanay. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa mi sabon. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa mi sabon. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa mi sabon. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa mi sabon.
gadasok na gyud, unsaon man ni sakit sa mata, lami ibali, buot bulsa, wanay kota, walay pang sabon, pautang ako ma. Ay salamat maglaban na jud ko, palangga na ilugar na bro. Ilahi ang puti sa di kulor, suda na ang pabula sa luyo. Ngano maning hinay kayong agas, maglisod na ko upang laba. Galibog na ko, usog ang ulan, sige raman unta og gabaha. Adto sa bomba, dili maglumba, para dali na ni siya mahuman. Ayaw nagpundang, sige kusog pa, hangtod mo undang na ni og ulan.
Lami ilaba, lami ilaba,
Lami ilaba, pero wa may sabon. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa may sabon. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa may sabon. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa may sabon. Lami ilaba, pero wa may sabon. Naghahanap ko ang mga labo nun. Anda masaloy, kay nako'y paliton. Katora pong mga baratohon. Ayaw ka balaka, diligi na mamansa. Salig lang loy, ako ray mo birada. Ayaw ka kurat, ka ikaw ang magbumba. Dalion na to ni aron kita mahuman na. Lami ilaba, lami ilaba, lami ilaba, pero wa may sabon. Lami ilaba.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Definitely.
Yeah, I do think a lot of it was on the early Kunkka. I think that was a little bit of a risk that didn't pay off for LOTAC. I don't think they'll do it again, but for sure, I think out of the two teams, it's definitely the FNATICs a little stronger, even though I think LOTAC has been improving a lot.
I feel it's not only the early Kunkka, right? Yeah, it's definitely that you pick a Kunkka so early, but you must have a plan around it. Like, if you're going to pick a Kunkka mid, you're gonna if you're gonna pick it in the first phase, you're gonna expect that they're gonna,
he's
gonna have a bad time. They're gonna counter him, and if they do counter him, just figure out a way to deal with that. We've seen teams deal with that actually. They just rotate around mid, they help that Kunkka out, and suddenly that Monkey King does not do nearly as much as he was supposed to. So
because he said we saw it the other day.
I like seeing this Sven again though.
Where do you think the Lake is gonna go? Is he
So Sven, it's going to be an size Sven on the offlane.
Yeah, most likely the offlane Sven.
Safe lane Lich?
Yeah, safe lane Lich, most likely.
Of course, taken away from Ohio, and Ohio had a pretty good game on this Sven last game, so FNATIC are going to force him to play something else by stealing the Sven for themselves. And obviously, I think the Lich is a strong opener. I still think that hero is super good.
I mean, the armor did get nerfed,
sure,
but the hero is still strong.
Yeah, just the fundamentals of the armor.
Oh
no, that is.
I mean, he got buffed.
I don't know.
You're not convinced?
I'm not. I think that's worse than way worse than the second pick Kunkka. The second pick Kunkka wasn't great. Why? Surely that if you pick an Ursa second, like that's so early to pick an Ursa. Right? Why are you picking an Ursa second pick? They're not going to ban that hero.
Honestly, Ursa can go anywhere.
To keep them guessing.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like, all right, I'm trying this. I'm trying.
Like this
there we go.
Smooth sailing.
Nice.
This is. I feel like FNATICs. They've got. They're gonna have answers for the.
This could be a safe lane Ursa. This could be an off lane Ursa. It works both ways. If you go off lane with him and you have a good combination like that.
I mean, Ursa Lich could work. You know,
it could
chasing
work.
down people with the frost shield.
I mean, versus the Sven, you don't really care about his war cry because you're fast enough.
So much damage.
You got so much damage plus the slow from the Lich. They could lane Ursa plus Lich safe lane, but it also might be some Ursa off lane +1 versus the Chuck. And honestly, it wouldn't be the first time that we saw Ursa mid if the matchup is good.
It could be in all lanes, but it just feels so early. Why pick it that early?
Even support Ursa actually. Position 4 Ursa was a thing for. It was one of the CIS teams that would always pick it. I think it was Slayer that drafted it a lot.
I kind of feel like if you're picking it this early, that's probably most likely that they're going to do something weird like
some
position
shenanigans. You pick it early, you bait them into countering Ursa, and then suddenly it's some rotating, roaming Ursa. That crushes the other way.
I really feel like, if you're picking it this early, that's got to be the most likely that you're doing something like that. Because I think, Ursa 4 and Lich 5 could work. These two heroes can kill people. Frost Shield and the slow allows the Ursa to get in, and then you can get those early kills.
They can kill people indeed. Earth Spirit not banned, not picked so far, which is pretty interesting though. That hero was always a top contested pick before.
Yeah, it's got to be tempting for FNATIC. I mean, maybe even for LOTAC, if it isn't a support Ursa and they are gonna, they just picked a core Ursa really early.
The thing is, I guess if you're LOTAC, you want to pick a core now. If you pick a support, you're instantly giving it away. It's an Ursa.
Yeah.
But
So Same thing for FNATIC though. Surely that's not guaranteed. It's Sven offline.
No, I think in SCA though, it seems like they pretty much only play offline. I think. Have we seen any support Sven in SCA?
I mean, it's possible. They can play.
Too many SCA
it's not like it's not impossible. They can play it on position 4 or 5. Like it's a Sven. How skilled or how badly do you have to adapt to just you know, press 2 buttons basically. You have Warcry and you have stun. That's it. Your ultimate, whatever. Eventually. But it's not, like they could put Sven on 5, 4, or 3. It's not really a big issue. Like they can't really put him on 5. Let's say you put him on 5, you try to support the Jug there on the safe lane. It's not gonna do a lot, right? You have a Jug plus Sven combination. I would love to see Grimstroke, but it's been banned.
I would love to see a Shadow Shaman again. I thought that was great.
Shadow Shaman could be really good.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
What a call by Shiver with an S. Shadow
With an S.
It's an S. I got it. I'm improving. So we have the Shadow Shaman, most likely with that Jug.
Yeah. It's a good combo to have on the lane with the 2 of them. It's a lot of lockdown for the Ursa.
Right there, right about there with the Jug on the safe lane. Yeah, and also you have so much sustain and push. You have the, oh, look at this camera, amazing. So you have the Shadow Shaman with the Rasta wards, you have the healing wards from the Juggernaut, not the Sven, and then you have the Warcry from the Sven. Yeah. So you're gonna be very beefy, you're gonna be healing up all the time, and you're gonna have wards in front of you hitting those towers. So
I mean, if you want to add more to that, I mean, Arbet plays Visage. Arbet plays Visage, doesn't he? If you could you throw in Visage into this FNATIC
Meepo as well.
He does play Meepo. I haven't seen that here in a while.
Yesterday it was actually picked up by not now games. But what am I searching for? Tusk again.
Tusk, yeah, Tusk. So it is going to be a core Ursa, with that Tusk pick. So yeah, it was just an early one.
So we have a Tusk.
But do you honestly, I think if you're FNATIC and you get something like a Visage and you just go 5-man against this core Ursa, like it could be pretty damn strong. As you said, you know, with the Jug to Sven the Shaman, you've got already the tools to go for this sort of 20-25-minute game ender push. You had a Visage in there. It could be nice. We'll see if they want to play it.
So the Visage on the side of FNATIC would definitely work.
Yeah.
Even though you're like, okay, you have Lich Armor, but that's whatever. It's on a cooldown eventually. They don't truly have a hero that deals with Visage at all. So you could go for that and
it's a lot of kites for the Ursa.
It would be, but instead they go for Puck.
I mean, that's also kite as well, and makes it, because now you know that Ursa's core, so now you're just going to pick cores that don't die to an Ursa, and Puck's one of them. Puck shouldn't be ever caught out by the Ursa. I mean, it shouldn't really be caught out by these heroes at all. It's very hard for these 3 heroes to trap a Puck until you start skilling the pull on Lich.
It is an early pickup on that Puck, though.
Sure, you now know the mid matchup.
You don't know the mid matchup, and you picked Puck already.
But there's already 2 supports, and there's not a lot of lockdown, so it reduces the choice of cores.
I mean, because what sort of heroes, when you see a Puck, you're like, let's grab?
Medusa?
That's a post-nerf Medusa. I gotta say, this Ursa Medusa, it feels a little wonky from LOTAC. Like, there's not a lot. I don't think there's any other teams at the moment in this patch that would do this.
They basically have no team fight. Like, it's a Lich and the Tusk. That's it. Yeah. They sort of help, right? But between these 2 cores, they just want to hit people, and that's it. So you're gonna have to. Oh, that Duza might just be mid, by the way.
Yeah, it's gonna be mid. Yeah, it'll be mid.
Okay, well, you can shove it back later on.
Because as you say, I mean, they've seen the Puck, so they feel like we want to.
It doesn't have to be, but like you put that Duza mid.
Yeah. Because I think, I don't know about this LOTAC draft. This is something very different.
Definitely.
Maybe they've got some strat that they know and they've practiced and it's worked really well for them. Maybe we'll see it here.
The Ursa is the one that's catching us off guard, right? Like, we can't really figure out how strong it's going to be in the game.
Like some plan with it that we can't completely fathom.
Of course. They've got a strat.
That's why they're playing, and I'm just here sitting with you guys talking about
what are you saying?
But they've got a strat in mind.
You don't like it here.
I love it, but yeah.
So they're banning out the Tide, so yeah, expecting the Ursa to be safe, and they're just waiting for the position 3 on LOTAC. Because Tide Medusa could be very nice. Is that, you know, the Tide would have solved the team fight issue that LOTAC have if they did manage to grab it.
It's all right, definitely. Jug and Shadow Shaman can perhaps deal with him early on, but later, like as he gets level 3 and onwards, he just dominates that lane. So
Nice, yeah.
it is an option.
Because well, for FNATIC, I'm thinking, we still don't know exactly if that Sven's going to be off lane or a support, probably off lane. But then you need a hero to go with the Sven. So is it an Ice Sven? And then plus who? So
they're worried that Ursa might be on that safe lane.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they basically can lane the Ursa versus Sven. That would work out pretty well for the Ursa ledge lane. So they're basically still contemplating where they're going to put it. They can still do this one like in the last game. Put him versus a lane that's not really advantageous for him, but make him creep skip. And that solves their issues. That's it. It worked out.
In that case, they can be fairly free with whichever hero they pick up next, right? They can have a hero that is very roaming. They ban out the Brewmaster, and they pick the Pango.
Pango for the offlane.
All right. Well, I mean,
it's a very different draft here from LOTAC.
Yeah, it's a very different draft indeed.
Wait. I put it on the wrong side.
It's raiding offlane. You need to put that as a safe lane.
Here you go. And the Ursa is going to be on the safe lane. I'll help with that. So the Ursa ledge is definitely a lane it's hard to contest that lane, right? But Pango plus Task, how much are they going to be able to do?
It's pretty good. I mean, you got to remember, tag team plus swashbuckle. Every instance of swashbuckle is going to have an extra bit of damage from the tag team. So that hurts.
That definitely does hurt. That's good.
But then there's a lot of armor on the side of FNATIC.
Yeah, they're going to have the Warcry. If that's the lane, it does depend obviously the matchups. We might see both these side lanes move around.
I never truly saw Pango as a hero that dominates the lane, and he truly so if he is the Sven support, it's going to be SF mid. They're going to put Puck
on the offlane.
Yeah, versus that Lich Ursa lane.
Is there a reason why do you not want to lane Puck against Medusa? Is SF better against Medusa? Like why would they rather have the SF against Medusa rather than the Puck?
I mean, I think partly the reason is because you don't want to put Sven on that offlane. I think that's also a reason.
Because he'll die to...
Yeah, you basically don't put Sven versus the Lich Ursa lane, you put Puck, who's not going to have issues there, shouldn't have issues at least. Can we see the Shadow Fiend actually, maybe like... there we go.
Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. And he's going to do well.
Was he right against Medusa?
He's alright, he's going to do alright. Plus, it is the Dire SF. Not as great as the Radiant one, obviously, but it should be fine.
Never always sold on the SF, but I really do think LOTAC. I think that their draft they've got something in mind. It's not something that we see from other teams, and I think FNATIC just sort of having the more meta heroes with the Jug, the Puck. I think they're going to be hard to kill.
It's LOTAC that has Pango, right?
Yeah, it's got the Pango.
Right, I'm going with SF. I'm going with FNATIC.
Yeah, I'm going with FNATIC as well.
I'm going with FNATIC as well. They're the better team.
Going with FNATIC.
We are very boring, but I think this matchup, compared to the ones we saw yesterday, it's a bit more clear who's the better team here.
I don't think so. I think it's just the drafts are a little off for LOTAC. I didn't think the draft was that good game one, and I think this game as well. This feels like production.
Could you make an extra column, Lizard?
Yeah, sure, I will somewhere.
We can give them 2 wins from yesterday to catch up because they wanted to choose Navi.
Just like line off a bit at the bottom, maybe just like a long one about that. Give them a strip at the bottom.
This is for them.
Yeah. And then you get rid of them with the downline.
This is basically production.
Yeah.
There we go. And they have 2 wins, right?
2 wins.
Yeah, 2 wins for yesterday because they went Pango when Pango won, and they went Navi when Navi won, while we went the opposite directions. You only did Wait,
hold up. Was the overlay wrong? It was wrong, right?
It was definitely wrong.
Production. It's FNATIC with the weird draft, and it's LOTAC with the sensible draft.
So who are we going for then?
Oh, now the question comes out.
No, I still go for
FNATIC going for the clowny draft.
I still think FNATIC is the better team. I would still go for FNATIC.
I will still go for FNATIC, yeah. It's ice, Pango.
Like,
yeah, so I'll stick with the prediction, even though I do think that LOTAC's got a better draft. I think that FNATIC...
There's a juggernaut. They're doing good.
I mean,
do I still stick with FNATIC? They have an Ursa.
I'll stick with FNATIC as well. Like this task is gonna rotate mid, go on the...
Production, do you want to stick with LOTAC?
I mean, I think that this is more even now, because I said it's FNATIC now. FNATIC are the one doing the crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm going with LOTAC. You think it's Pango? I don't care if it's ice, it's Pango.
Okay, so you're switching.
I'm switching. So I mean, I'm not switching. I'm staying true to my beliefs that they're draft. Even though I think the team might be stronger, I'll stay true for once.
All right. Well,
with my points, with my predictions. There we go. First one. Let's go, Raven.
He got the start right. DJ is still trying to get Scambaloo, but I think he's gonna have to run if he wants to have a shot. He's actually probably dead as well, getting stunned up.
Yeah.
Scambaloo coming back
Where are you now, haters?
2 kills. Don't blame LOTAC.
Staying true to the drafts. I believe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the draft. I mean, you know the only reason, right, why FNATIC's playing Dusa. FNATIC's only playing Dusa because Arbed's got the new set.
Yeah,
that is literally the only reason. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, what do you want to play? He wants to play Dusa. He's got the new set.
Of all the Dota Plus sets, I think the Medusa is the best looking one.
Yeah. And I bought it. I don't even play Dusa. I spent my shop
I was very tempted, and then I came to my senses and thinking, I'm never playing Dusa, so... But I really wish there was some more support love in those sets.
You think because they put Lich to help out Dusa, they're gonna deal with my Chuyam boy? Like they won't. He's gonna destroy both of them. You're gonna see eventually. Right now he's sitting on 0 CS, but eventually my SF is gonna come online. Alright, I'm kinda regretting that prediction if no one goes mid to help him. If there's a duel in mid, you have to help that
Ice is having an interesting time versus Puck. He has to be careful. He has got plenty of
reach. They played together at one point. They did try to hire Ice. Did they?
Yes, yeah. For sure. Yeah. Guaranteed.
Alright.
Probably on the FNATIC roster.
Yep.
So, some extra level of competition here.
I'm really glad that Sven showed up, because now my SF, he has 1 CS, 2 CS actually, 2 souls, which is an improvement. Don't make me regret my prediction. Ohio, not Ohio.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think LOTAC do have a much better chance this game, because I think their draft is better. It's just whether FNATIC have enough to style on them with this draft, which makes much more sense for FNATIC.
Easy for Yamate. Easy.
I like how you get a lot more competitive all of a sudden over now. No ball, delayed execution, no, maybe not, maybe just save all round. MP is struggling though.
In this lane, I think they did the right thing on the side of FNATIC, that they put Tusk there instead of Lich, and just put Lich mid, because Dusa is your true carry. At the same time, however, I always like committing a lot of resources through the laning stage to help the hero that's gonna carry me through the mid game as a support player. That's how I see the game.
Yeah.
This Ursa is the one that's gonna create space for me during the mid game. It's not gonna be the Dusa. So if I'm gonna help someone out, it's definitely gonna be the Ursa, because I need him to get a good start. I need him to be that powerhouse. So that he can
buy time for the Dusa later on.
Exactly, so that he can pull us through the mid game.
It's a domino effect.
Exactly. If you help the Dusa or an anti-mage, let's say, and then he just disappears with his Battle Fury for the next 10 minutes, like, you didn't really achieve anything.
That was fun again. Just gonna show
this is a good thing that he's here, because they were crushing that SF. They're still crushing him, but at least he has some CS now. I mean, Sven gets Greaves, you have a Healing Ward, you have Warcry. On paper, this should be a decent draft for them. Should be doing well.
Oh,
this was really good.
Shackles.
This was really good. Shackles on Tusk. They realized that they have to go on him. Oh.
We can't do that. He's got to back off.
Yeah. So, if they don't go on Tusk there, he just snowballs during the spin.
Yeah.
He saves them, so they have to go on Tusk, and he saves them from shackles too.
So now 4 kills ahead for LOTAC.
Yeah.
Doing quite good. How much pressure do they have to keep the pressure on in the early to mid game? Like if this goes late, it's gonna be Medusa's show, right?
Yeah, of course. You're playing versus Medusa.
How much pressure do they have? How big is that window now that Medusa is doing okay-ish?
They definitely do have a window in which they have to operate, in which they have to pressure Radiant completely. But at the same time, you're playing with Jug and SF. If they do itemize properly, it shouldn't be too hard for them to match up to this Dusa later on.
Oh, that hurt a lot.
This Lich is dead,
yeah.
At least. And now the Dusa as well, if he has mana for another stun.
I think he does.
Yeah.
he just needs to... Oh, the blocks?
There we
go. The raid.
Damn.
Double kill for an SF.
Well, I guess they're doing just fine this way. This is a tempo that they are very comfortable with by the looks of it.
Pango is doing like pretty well. Yeah, Puck is 5 CS ahead.
But it's a nice sized Pango. It's one of his. Well, he's a great offlaner regardless, but he's a great Pango.
That's true.
The question is he great enough? And that combination of tag team and swashbuckle, I haven't really seen it yet because they're not in the same lane.
Yeah, this is the problem.
They can get 1 kill. That's the first kill for FNATIC on the board as a Shadow Shaman.
It's a problem if you shackle Dirsa, that instantly happens. They just use the snowball to save, so it's definitely not optimal. But if he didn't, then he dies to Fury swipes anyway, so... He was caught in a pickle there.
Caught in a pickle. Does that work that way, Owen?
What?
I don't think that works that way.
Pickle, what do you mean?
When you're caught
in a pickle.
He was either in a pickle.
You can say you're caught in a pickle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, caught in a pickle.
My Bosnian English is a bit better than I thought.
Yeah, my English is a bit worse than I thought, because I thought you're in a pickle.
Yeah.
You're caught.
You could definitely twist and say caught in a pickle.
But I am twisting it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh. Do we stack as well? Yeah. The guy knows the guy's there.
Oh, but the Pango is arrived.
And he's going to make quick work of this gank by the looks of it. As Tron will try to do his best to take some of the stack away.
And he did manage to, so there's that. Just casually farming the stacks while he's dying. And now it's all falling apart. Yeah, this Jug might die as well if he continues getting hit by Ursa. Yeah, it feels like, I mean, I know I voted and I predicted LOTAC, but it feels like FNATIC, they just have that gas pedal and they just press it at some point and you're just done. They just react to everything that you've been doing. They let you, they accumulate the strength that they need, and then they just destroy you.
But LOTAC is getting the start they wanted.
Definitely.
So, at the moment, it's fairly even.
I guess if you were SF, you would like to have a bit better of a lane.
He got a shield up in time, but he's taking a lot of damage. He is trying to turn it around, or he's not like the Shadow Fiend is the one to have to run eventually, but there is a Shadow Shaman, and he can turn it around. They do get the kill on SF, but the Medusa dies as well. Now, Jabs is out, getting stunned up, gets some help from the teleporting in. And that is a dead Yamato. No, not the Shackle. That is Scambaloo giving his life for his brother.
Yeah, but you'd rather die. I think this is a 4 Rasta, not a 4 Sven, right?
Yeah.
So you'd rather die on the Sven than the Rasta. I believe it is that way at least. I mean, Yamate was playing the position 5 usually so far. He was the Undying that was dying across the map all the time. Something like similar. Oh, this great Jug. Oh, Chuckles! Oh, right on time.
How is he so speedy, by the way? What's he have? What? How?
He just died because he planned it. He pre-planned that. That was all silent.
Ice. Oh, he can't get it. The war cry keeps the higher safe.
And the tip is there. Very well played. Good tip.
Oh. And P, of course, not wanting to dive underneath the tower quite yet. He's got the phase boots done on the Jug, so it'll be a little bit harder for the Ursa to keep his hands on him there.
By the way, quick spoiler alert, in case you're watching multiple streams at the same time. which I think is still not a spoiler anyway. There's 2 teams so far eliminated out of the Southeast Asian qualifier. One is Detonator, and the other one is TNC.
Yeah.
They're out early. That was, I mean, Detonator I was kind of expecting, but I thought TNC, maybe I didn't think they were going to get top 2, but I did think they were going to do better than getting knocked out as the first 2.
To be honest, I expected them to win versus LOTAC yesterday.
Yes.
So that was
true. And they did look good in one of the games, and then they
the second game they looked great in the start as well.
Yeah.
But that was their draft.
They had 1.5 game that looked great, and then the rest were like hands off the keyboard, face planting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, 2 teams eliminated now. This is the upper bracket, so nobody gets eliminated just yet. But of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the day. There is, after this, 1 more day of playoffs, and 2 teams of Southeast Asia will make it to the major directly via qualifiers. Obviously, teams still have a chance to play in the minor, or play in the minor qualifiers, and then play in the minor if they qualify for that, and then win the minor and then make it to the major as well. But that is kind of a tough road to take.
Mid lane, FNATIC grouping up once again, and they are able to find that SF, which is going to be one of the things he struggles with when FNATIC do started doing these 4-man, 5-man pushes. The SF's going to get run over a little bit at this point. Deep dive from DJ. Yeah, I'm going to see LOTAC gets him with the stun actually onto Ice, able to take the Pangolier out of the backlines. And LOTAC, they're bringing in the numbers. Raven comes in with the Blade Fury. Will start to retreat now as it does begin to come to an end. As I'll simply trade then SF for a Pango.
Yeah, which isn't great. That SF has suffered the most, I guess, on that team.
Yeah.
And the counterpart, Medusa, is doing so well on it.
Look at the difference in net worth. It's pretty crazy that the SF is even below Ice's Pango, who I feel like hasn't been doing as much as he normally does either.
He hasn't been getting like kills, and he hasn't been doing as much across the map because he was farming. He was solo versus Puck. He was just farming that lane. Now the SF cannot really find his place on this map, it seems.
Ooh. Oh, teleport gets cancelled though.
Yeah, he realized that they dropped the attack and just canceled the port. I believe that they had to have 2 people committed on mid from the start in order to have this, to give this SF a good lane. I mean, that's how you usually make the SF. You probably remember, but SF has been in the meta for a long while, so usually if you draft an SF, you're committing 2 heroes to mid instantly, unless he has a very good And even if he has a good lane, even if he has a good matchup, you still commit 2 people because you expect the other guy to have dual lane. So I don't know. I think maybe that was a strategical misplay, and now DJ just falls.
Just in the spirit of you know, keeping you guys updated, the Chinese qualifiers are going on at the same time, and there's already 2 qualified teams, even. The first one is, unsurprisingly, PSG LTD, and the other team is eHome.
What?
I saw Extola tweet this morning.
Yeah.
I learned that he's going to Malaysia to have a break after winning the qualifier.
Good for him. And Chinese New Year is in between now and the major as well, right? So
I think so. I think it's
take a break
soon, right? I think that sort of the new update was about as well.
Yeah. The new bloom is
it's the year of the pig.
It's the year of the pig.
Year of the pig. Keyboard
Problems.
What up?
Didn't use the right mouse. Headphone.
Wait, how did he write keyboard problems if his keyboard's not working?
Yeah, exactly.
I think
I'm on to him.
maybe someone else has keyboard problems.
That could be true, but he didn't say someone else's keyboard.
Well, I will take this time to put some of the heroes back on the shelf.
Whose keyboard got stolen? Was it Ramsey? Ramsey's, yeah, lost his keyboard.
Well, we don't know if it got lost, innit?
It got lost, of course.
Lost or stolen.
Well, and someone else's car keys got stolen, right?
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah. Someone had a fancy car, and his car keys got stolen in the hotel.
Oh, that wasn't Dota, though.
Yeah, it was.
I don't care.
It was a Dota player.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, was it solo?
No, it was one of the Chinese
Was it the fancy music?
Oh, it was TK.
Yeah.
TK code.
I mean, who else would come with a car there, right?
Yeah, I can't remember who was that, so I don't know.
It has to be one of them.
Hey, here we go. Ice rolling in. Oh, that's a chain frost out, and it's an Omni Slash too, but it's not going to get any kills, and that's going to be Raven dead. Tried to go for the Omni Slash, but he's gone. Tag team comes out, they're overwhelming them though. The Requiem comes out from the side, and Tron's managed to kill off a couple. There's 3 dead. The FNATIC, and now LOTAC, do they want to try?
Nah, they can't rush. Nah. Once the Jug is dead, they lose majority of that damage.
Yeah.
They need a medallion if you want to take that rush like that earlier. I think even if they're all 5 in the pit, they still take quite a long time. And you're playing versus Lich Bango, so
yeah, it's scary around the pit.
I think they need to commit and block these camps, like with that ward that they planted just now. They need multiple wards on hard camps and ancients to slow this loser down. If you cannot take the whole map control, which they obviously can't, at least try to sneak in and block. Yeah, the Sven is doing the right thing. I thought he was gonna block that, but alright. Instead, he's just gonna get some experience, I suppose. Maybe stun the creep.
Oh, he got the 72 gold in your face, Ahmed!
Yeah.
Got him. Worse.
Definitely.
Victory moment right there. Sorry. That was me.
It's a small one, but there is maybe getting a bigger one here, but
did they know this is happening though? Yeah, they want to.
They can't really do anything without the puck. They don't have any other way to just jump in the pit.
No.
Start the chaos.
They have no way of scouting it without the puck as well, so.
Pass taken over, just keeping space for Raven to farm up on his Jug.
Did he get the Battle Fury, or is it? Oh, he's going for Manta. Manta. I mean, alright, versus Duza,
yeah.
The Fusel is definitely worth it, I guess, but the problem that I see with it is that you're gonna fall off. Like, you're not gonna farm nearly as fast as Abed is.
But I think because they want to get Man Fusel, then they want to try and end the game, right? Like, they don't want to try and go late.
I mean,
if you're LOTAC. I know it's not easy to push. There's a Lich with Frost Shield, there's Stone Gazer, they've got a lot of deep push on for now.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. That's the problem.
But Juggernaut skills nicely.
He does
with the build.
With the Battle Fury.
Yeah.
Without the Battle Fury, you just don't farm nearly as fast as a Duza does.
You're killing.
Yeah, and you fall off. That's the problem.
But then the option is basically within the 10 minutes that are going to follow from now on, or 50 minutes from now, or from, well, 50 minutes into the game, right? Those are the 2 options where they would have power spikes.
Sure,
Yeah?
Why would they have a power spike in 50 minutes?
Well, then they can...
Power spike now?
Well, then they can have the Sven as a core as well. They can have the Shadow Shaman with the Refresher.
The Sven late game is just useless against the Dusa. He just can't get in there. Dusa just stone gazes and Sven has to
He's always going for that utility build. As you can see, he's building Vlads.
So you're saying LOTAC has 10 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Pretty much.
If this goes late, Dusa's going to carry. It's hard Dusa. He's already at the top of the net worth already. Like, this guy's massive. And if this game, you know, if it goes late, there's very little reason why this Medusa will not just carry.
The question is how much this SF is going to be able to do. But I sincerely doubt that he's going to be able to do a whole lot.
Time the Requiem. Has he got the timing right? Yes, he has. Max damage out of the Ursa. Nice play there from LOTAC.
That's good.
That is
Step in the right direction.
Yeah, but I think that's a last too.
I think they need to run a whole marathon. They need more than just a few steps. No, I mean, I'm the one that predicted for them. Don't get me wrong. I'm cheering for them. I want them to win, but at the same time, I'm really seeing some flaws in their draft versus the Duza, and I see some flaws in the itemization versus Lassie and Duza. However, the trump card is that SF. I'm wondering how much he's going to be able to do.
Oh, nice little body works there from Ice. We'll set up for the shards. And by the looks of it, the kill as well. Tag team and a swashbuckle make quick work of the Sven.
Yeah, these two just look so funny when they gang together. It's like punch him up, swashbuckle, you know.
Just they're dancing around their opponents.
Bunch of ruffians.
Yeah, pretty much. You know that... did you watch Futurama?
What?
Futurama, not Futurama, wait, Rick and Morty.
I did not, I'm not smart enough. That's only for smart people, isn't it, Rick and Morty? That's what I hear.
No, it's...
and Americans, Giannis won't shut up about that shit.
It's pretty good.
There is a gatekeeping going on with Rick and Morty.
Yeah, there is, but it's just stupid.
I mean, to be fair, I've never watched it, so I can't really comment or criticize. I'm sure it's a very nice show.
It is, it's alright.
Ice.
It's mostly American humor anyway.
I think it's pretty popular in Saxon.
It is.
There we go. So it's finding the kill. He did have a chain frost for that
I actually
one.
didn't expect Puck to die there. He could have went deeper into the base, at least with that orb or something.
Jeez, that laugh lasts forever.
Forever.
Wait, whose laugh was that?
Mango.
Mangoes.
When he gets a kill. Or maybe that was him saying lol in his team chat.
Easy kill.
Who's laughing now?
They didn't need to drop the wards for that.
No, that was just.
I mean, that was we're gonna drop everything. Like, the Shadow Fiend was there. The razors were enough easily. At this
I guess they tried to go fast enough.
Yeah.
So they don't get counter
farming
kill.
the wars with the illusion. Oh well.
Oh.
Oh hello.
Well,
You can't kill him.
No.
he sees Manta.
Does he not have diffusal yet? No, he doesn't.
No. He's going for the Manta first. I guess maybe right now. Bango is dead, 15 seconds, pressure high ground, but they can't do a whole lot, honestly. Like this is basically the maximum that they can. Just take over their jungle, force the Duzen to go farm somewhere else. And that's it. Try to take tier 2 on mid.
I'll see MP knows he has got that blink done, so he can start to try and get on top of the squishy unit.
Two lads! Two lads!
Really?
Yeah. Is it another game with two?
Ursa and Tusk.
Ursa and Tusk, we have
definitely not as confusing as the time where we saw two Vlads on two support.
Two supports, the two Vlads, yeah.
You got an Ursa wants lifesteal.
And maybe Ursa later on will be able to sell it, but at least he had it for the time.
But it's always sort of the argument nowadays, like, if you're an Ursa, like, do you really want to upgrade the mask into a Vlad?
Man, I have to ask some players of mine.
Yeah, like what they think about two Vlads nowadays.
I have to just ask.
Like, is it still good?
Mitch is online.
There you go, Mitch will know. Like,
he'll know.
And straight up two Vlads.
Put him in
why are teams still doing two Vlads? Like, there's gotta be a reason. Right,
there has to be a reason.
Like, old habits, you know. So you always, you always sort of just talk about it anyway.
There has to be Vaga online as well. Like
Vaga would know.
Yeah, he's gonna have some explanation.
Yeah. But these double Vlads coming out. So now, bed, we'll take another tower up top. As for now, both teams continuing to avoid one another.
Mitch is like, who makes that? I never saw that.
He said he never saw that.
I never saw that.
Wait until he hears about the time where the 4 and 5 both bought Vlads and won the game. So there we go. That confirmation. Other pros a little bemused at the double Vlads.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Nah. Like, there's so many items in this game. It's just. But the only reason, like, it can sometimes happen, it would be useful, I feel like, I mean, it's the aura, right? So you've got extra coverage. So if you're in a different place to the other guy that's got a Vlad, sure, it's nice for the teammates that are around one another. But most of the time, like now, they're moving around together. You know, there's just two heroes rolling around the map with two Vlads, so overlapping.
It's
not if they're
basically trying to make the level 2 Vlads. That's another Vlad.
Maybe there's some magic happening that we just don't understand.
One more.
Raven just able to get out before that Walrus Punch comes in from DJ.
That means
get the stone goes off, and he does. Is it enough to
where's his team? He's running,
and he's out. Stone goes will save him, and now the backup turns up as Ice and DJ jump in and are able to beat down on Yamate's Sven. So Arbed getting away from that 3-man gang only just, but he does. But he survives. As the game still very close in net worth, but the big thing is just that Arbed he's sailing ahead on the Dusa. Ahaya will be able to TP out from the trees.
If they managed to kill him there, if they managed to take him down,
that would have been huge.
That would have been huge, but they didn't.
And if they don't kill him there with 3 heroes trying, it's not going to get any easier. You know, Arbed, that was 3 heroes trying to kill him, and that was him sitting on 3k gold unspent.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as he starts buying it into that butterfly.
Yeah, his next item is going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to kill.
At what point is FNATIC, because right now they're basically hunting, right, and they're just making sure that there's space for Medusa, exactly as Lizard said, that Ursa is indeed creating extra space for Arbed's Medusa. At what point are we going to see them try and focus on objectives. Because the tier 1 bottom, for example, is still standing. On the side of FNATIC.
They're just happy.
Yeah, there's just no, as long as our bed's farming, they're happy.
They're not really pressured at all. As long as there is space on the map to be farmed, they're fine.
Isn't there always a time in the game where it is like 50 minutes and then you always hear people say, at this point draft doesn't matter anymore, it's all about how people play. Shouldn't you try to avoid that if you're...
To some extent.
What do people say? I say that
draft doesn't matter.
Not as much anymore, because then late game decision making matters more than draft.
I mean,
sure, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I
wasn't trying to make fun of everybody. I was just
there is a point in the game in which itemization, you're playing versus a draft that's superior to you, but you itemize properly, and eventually that itemization is going to win you the game. Like let's say yesterday, I think it was the troll. We had the Glimmer Force, we had E-Blade on supports, and that troll did nothing, even though they were winning the game super hard. So eventually the supports itemized so well and strategically they played the game so well that even though they were behind, even though their draft wasn't better, they won. However, when you're playing versus a Medusa, it's a bit wonky, right? Because you are playing versus a hero that's just so strong later on.
But you're gonna get a diffuser blade. Like what? Like you're talking about itemization.
Yes.
What extra things like 20 minutes from now are we gonna see that can make a difference for her? Because you probably also want to have maybe a Scythe of Ice or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna need control. You're gonna need control, and you're gonna need that diffusal.
They have a lot of disable in Shadow Shaman.
You do. You are playing versus Pango, who's just gonna. There we go.
A little off on the timing there, but he had to try anyway, and he didn't die.
Pango? He was dead.
Yeah, I said Puck. Puck was in the pit.
Yeah, Puck.
He blinked out, but he was a little early with the orb in. But he tried. Nothing gained, nothing lost.
Well, they lost an Aegis and Cheese to Duza and Ursa, and now it's very difficult. If you couldn't kill her before, now they can even maybe stand behind that Duza and go try to get a fight. I like this build, like Diffusal and Maelstrom. It's gonna give him a lot of magical damage once he uses Omni Slash, so he's not gonna have to worry a whole lot about that Butterfly either. Like MKB is definitely what he needs, but as the Butterfly is already completed, I guess if he can get that Maelstrom right now, it would be optimal, or then just go for the MKB.
Are they just waiting for the Pango to... Nah, they can't do anything against him.
The magic procs are alright, but we have this task as well now. This is a problem. He has that Blink Dagger, and even if you do have all that control for the Duza, he blinks in, snowballs her in, and the fight resets. Yeah, and she's better positioned, pops that ulti. I mean, it's just so much easier for FNATIC to execute. That's the thing. You can itemize all you want. You can play the game strategically better, but it's easier for FNATIC. That's the thing. It's easier for them right now.
This Deuce has had just a free game so far. Arbed's had all the space in the world, and he's farming like a boss.
Like strategically, the time for LOTAC to act was early game. They were supposed to pressure her, which they did a little bit too late. That's why every minute, as we said, mattered. And when you come like 2-3 minutes too late, your SF has 5 CS. He's not doing anything.
Pushing the base set, bro. Yeah. Forcing a reaction. This is absolutely what LOTAC need to do.
Yeah, because they can't really fight that Duza. And this Duza is splitting and pushing the bottom lane. Just react and push top. Force them back. You're buying yourself some more time. You are buying yourself time versus a Duza, which is not optimal, but better than nothing. And LOTAC, I really feel that they're good when they're under pressure.
Yeah.
Like yesterday as well, they played really well under pressure, and some of these moments, like, they really play.
But the moment they're ahead, they suffer a bit, but I agree with you there for sure.
This positioning from Sven was super good too. The way he went back, it's through the shrine, and he's standing there. Basically, he's a position 5. If they have to kill someone, he's probably the best kill for LOTAC, obviously. Sacrificial lamp, you can see.
Good guys, Sven.
Oh, we nearly got the Blink Dagger on the Shaman, so at least a bit of extra catch for LOTAC. So they could definitely sort of punish and catch pretty much everyone apart from the Deuce. The Deuce is going to be a problem like this. Unless Arbed's totally on his own and LOTAC up the full 5, it's unlikely you're going to be seeing him at this point get on top of him and able to really kill him.
There's a LOTAC sword as well now on Bango. They're basically itemizing to create this god mode to do so. Like, that's just
then they can just sort of sit on the high ground and hit the racks.
For LOTAC though, they're prepping so that they have to only win one fight in the right place at the right time and then basically take the base.
That's true.
They got almost so out of towers.
If they manage to somehow ignore the Duza and kill everyone else, and then deal with the Duza, that would be optimal for them.
Yeah.
If you just put everything into trying to kill this Duza that also has an Aegis, you're gonna fail miserably. But the problem is, like, you cannot ignore her. No. She's doing exactly this. They are creep skipping mid, which I don't know if you're noticing, Puck is doing it.
Yeah.
And Rust is buying enough time for that to actually start kicking in. Soon. I hope they won't lose Raxus by the time it kicks in. Because backdoor protection should be coming. Oh, top is being pushed in, right?
Yeah, top is being pushed in, right?
So that won't work.
If Medusa still has an Aegis, of course, they might be able to force it out, though.
That's if they can. He's standing his ground. Arbed still alive for now. Snowball's out. They're keeping Arbed fine. Diving in deep, pushing LOTAC away from Medusa. And finally lose one. Shackles around with the Blade Fury. They're going to find a second. They're going to take 2 away. Arbed's still standing his ground, trying to hit back. But they'll bring him down the ones. SSS is ready to roll in. He's going to be able to cancel the Requiem that was attempted by Tron's SF. Tron will get taken down. The Sven Warcry does keep him alive, but Arbed here for round 2 looks to be something that LOTAC are going to struggle to deal with, or maybe not, but the Shackles, the Razors, and they may just have him. They hold the base, LOTAC pull up the defense, and they'll get Ice as well. Skim in with the blink, Shackles are there, and LOTAC pull off a huge defense, keeping the Rex alive. Incredibly far Medusa.
Yeah, the only downside is that SF bought back, but that he still came out on top when just networked. Oh, well, Sven might be able to run away here. Yeah, he's fine.
He's been living on a sliver of health.
He's Rust. So I think they made a big mistake there with the roll. They went in way too deep with Ursa, so no one could actually follow up. And the Pango, you want to use that ulti next to the walls, but they're so deep behind the tier 3s. Well done.
Raven straight in.
Yeah. I mean,
this was a really good jump, and they're pushing the base. Biceps has got to buy back. Drop the mark, and he's looking for that bash. Isn't quite going to get it on Raven, and Raven's got the heal more back down, so they'll be able to heal themselves up. Ice is looking to chase, jump in, with Silence is there for the park, Dream Call as well, holds back MP.
This is fine for FNATIC.
This is
it's actually better that they don't chase, because if they fail in their chase, they might actually lose something on the bot lane. But they didn't even get Rex mid. That was a very curious fight for FNATIC. A little overconfident.
It's that snowball that started everything. Ursa with the snowball so deep, Rasta controls him afterwards, and the problem is Pango cannot bounce off any walls around there, so he can't really commit and help them. Next fight is going to be a bit easier because Duza is going to have that Skadi, and SF has no buyback, so he cannot commit so deep, he can't tank all that damage up.
And they did what you said as well, they basically ignored Medusa. When she was low on life and low on health, low on mana, they just let her stand there because they know that she would come back anyway, and they just focus on the rest of the team first.
Yeah, they got that Ursa. I think that was huge. If you kill, like, I think priorities for them are Ursa, Pango, then Duza afterwards. So Ursa and Pango. I think maybe the thing is Ursa is definitely the first priority because he's gonna be in your face. But you would love to kill that Pango first, as he's gonna disrupt your team fight the most. He's gonna just wreak havoc with his rolling boulder. So with his turret scroll.
Yeah, it's rolling boulder, isn't it? No, rolling thunder.
Rolling thunder. Yeah, boulder is from.
That's Spirit, yeah.
All the rolls. Not a bad defense though for LOTAC, who was supposed to be behind in this game. Maybe not in terms of goal, but definitely in terms of strategy.
In goal, it was like
point in the game.
Yeah, defense.
Yeah, it was a big swing. Yeah. As well. Like SF that bought back, he actually gained gold from that fight.
He made a profit. Yeah.
Proving that it is doable. They just have to keep their cool and.
I mean that push there was with like the Deucer holding like at least 3k gold. Now that you know it's built up, and you know Arbed's got a Scardy now on top of the butterfly, so that's going to make it a little harder to kill him. So you know, and they were still able to kite him a little bit on that last defense.
Ooh, hello.
Oh.
He didn't know the way.
He has face shift now.
Oh, didn't play his way out there.
No.
Tried to with the orb, but
this is the second time the two of them catch him, actually.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I really expected him to run away again.
They actually have the damage.
They're still
with the omni slash. They certainly do. They get the Deucer. Arbed alone. Arbed stepped for 80 seconds and does not have buyback.
Yep, and that was Medusa that she had Stone Gaze, but because of the defusal,
what was he doing
didn't have money.
He was miles away from the team.
Yeah,
that was a very strange position.
They did smoke up around that area.
We didn't even have any wards up there.
They smoked up. They were there. They were around, but
that was ages
then
ago.
he just it was ages ago. Then he just, I guess, he was just looking at mid, that puck dying or something.
I don't know. Yeah, he was totally alone there. That is a painful loss for FNATIC.
Now, is LOTAC lucky enough for Rush to spawn? That's the question, because if Rush spawns, that would be huge for them.
But it is being scouted out by a Pango illusion, so if it is, their FNATIC will know as well.
Yeah, but if it's not
maybe
up,
without the Deucer, they can't.
If it's not up, I think this is even worse for LOTAC. They did kill the Deucer.
Soon.
Very soon. It's going to be up before the Deucer's up.
Yeah, but they're committing to the push.
Okay.
So I think tier 2 and go to pit. I think that's the best thing you can do right now. If you commit to this push, it can backfire so hard because your puck has no buyback. Strategically, it's wrong.
No, they'll check right now, and they will indeed find Roach in the pit.
This is still though. Do they have the time?
15 seconds till
15 seconds. There's
they don't think they have the time.
There's Lich in the pit. These heroes are so
Oh.
Unfortunate for them that Rush wasn't like 1 minute earlier. If it was, it would be great. But this way, I think FNATIC they have an edge again. They didn't use buybacks, and this Rush fight they have a shrine. It's advantages for them again. Even though that Uza just died, it doesn't matter. Ursa's just gonna run in there. And how do you stop this? I mean, you have to fight it, but you have to have two buybacks. SF doesn't have it, and also the puck. They just bought back to kill the Uza.
But as you said, the team fight of FNATIC round the pit is just so much better. As this is going to be a very hard attempt to try and disrupt this from LOTAC if they do go for it.
They will try though.
Yeah, maybe he's just the park blinking in. Ravens able to snatch the edges, favouring now LOTAC, and now they'll see if they can fight through it all. But they're losing heroes. They've lost Raven the once, and everything does go down on FNATIC's half. So 1 for 1 at the moment. The Omni Slash bounces are pretty good, but Arbed's back up to full. As they'll get rolled forward in the snowball. FNATIC able to keep themselves on top of this fight as it seems. As they'll take down the SF. They'll look for more here. Side swashbuckles up to the high ground. Raven just has to simply retreat. With 3 heroes dead on LOTAC, he cannot afford to stay around. As FNATIC will come out on top. Now LOTAC, they had to make that play. They get their ages, but it was always going to be very hard for them to come out away from that play on top.
It even looked so great, right?
Yeah,
they got the ages, they got the refresher. The only thing they lost was the cheese. Those
and
he used it. He used the one from the board, so he had another one. But it's still strategically very hard for them to take that fight because you don't have buybacks. You don't have buybacks on SF, you don't have the buyback on puck. If these heroes die like SF did, you're suddenly like in this situation. They're pushing and
there's still a minute without SF.
I'm trying to go in on Arbed, but
I think this could be game right now.
Yeah, Arbed's got the cheese, so if he needs it, he's holding on to it for now. A nice little attempt to dodge it, but unsuccessful. But still, yeah, with the 2 of them down on LOTAC, very hard for the whole 3 versus 5.
Oh, back to production kicking in now.
Have they got any creeps coming in? They've got the mid lane coming in.
They've got the mid lane coming in.
So should be in time to take the bottom max.
Yeah, here we go.
And they could look for more. Arbed hits 25. Interesting, he does favour the 1000 mana over the split shot using modifiers. Even though he does have a Skadi, he is building crit.
It's just unkillable with that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think we are going to see pros sort of split between the two. Like, it really does depend. Maybe if you feel like, yeah, the game's over and you're just crushing it, yeah, you just make yourself more unkillable by taking the 1000 mana. Because it's a lot of effective HP.
You don't want to have the mana.
And in some situations, I feel like where maybe the game is closer and you've not sort of, sort of 2x up. Yeah, it's really short using attack modifiers can be ridiculous. But like lifesteal with the slow, with the crits. I think I feel like in more situations you'll probably still see that one taken. Ice has been found. And he's gone. He does not have buyback.
And how about this snowball man?
DJ as well, slow with the Fusel Blade, and indeed DJ's gone as well.
No buyback.
No buybacks. Scamp, however.
Yeah, he has got Stone Gaze and the cheese.
Yeah, but Dom is not
can't get the red PSF down, the spam pulling as well. Raven's got to do a lot of heavy carrying here if he wants to keep this game going. He'll try to distract them, draw them away. The Lich still alive, not quite bursted, but Raven blinks down into the river, will kill off the Lich. I mean, LOTAC's going to keep the game going by this. Oh, a higher.
He needs to kill the creep somehow, I suppose.
Oh, he can't do that. No buyback for him.
No buyback for higher.
I mean,
did he need to do that?
No.
No, he definitely didn't, but
he didn't see them either. They didn't have vision.
I mean, he knew where they were because they were following Jug, right? But at the same time, he got first bashed.
Because I know, but maybe with a higher alive, they could have defended a little easier. Now it's just Raven. I mean, Twan does have buyback and Shield FNATIC. They do still have 3 dead. But we saw they're struggling to kill Arbed. Arbed is just so hard to get him.
But still good for them. They had to have that fight happen.
Yeah, because otherwise FNATIC would have
this is where LOTAC shines, actually. Like, they are crushed. They're playing versus, I don't know, Aegis Cheese. Those are double cheese, those are actually. And they still get out of the base. They still get the big pick off on a hero that doesn't have a buyback, which effectively prevents FNATIC from pushing. Even though they lose that fight, they can't really push as long as one of your core is alive. So, I'm not certain though. Yeah, they wrote down the buyback of the SF. They knew when the SF is alive. So they didn't go. This Doza hits hard, actually. The MKB now, yeah.
Like he's pretty much maxed out on Arbed. Only a moonshot to go. I guess he still has the D-Lance, so he can get the Hurricane Pike in.
I think those snowballs are basically allowing him not to have to go for the Hurricane Pike.
Yeah.
You just have the snowball in for the reposition.
Saves him from the Omni Slash.
And he's been on point with that task so far.
Yeah, now he's got a Hex.
So. Gold per minute talents. Good stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, he's just like 40-minute mark. Anyone with a GPM talent, they're going to get this big item up. It makes all the difference in terms of trying to end the game.
Blink Hex. Good stuff.
Here we go, Arbed. Front lining, but obviously can't afford to do so, being the beefy deucer that he is. It's very hard to do too much about him on the front. We can try and slow him down with these disables, but he's just taking the towers. He's going to move on to the racks. What can they do about it? Raven's going to try and move in, but they have so many ways of keeping Arbed fine. The Frost Shields, Lotus Orbs. Arbed can just stand there on the front. Lotus Orb. And he's going to be trapped in probably the top of the 7 walls, but he's able to hit his way out of them.
He is very low. Oh, never mind. He was very low on health. But the Serpent got back to him with almost full again. They do need to fight soon, surely, if you're LOTAC. And I guess that's something that FNATIC knows, so they just back off.
With the way that FNATIC's positioning, it's very hard to break past that Medusa.
So they got to try to fight outside their base.
So I feel like they've got to try some sort of wraparound and get on, something that's not the Medusa.
Smoke time, I guess.
Yeah, they have to do.
Ooh, they missed Raven in it,
but maybe that's intentional. Maybe they want to try and bait with Raven, but they seem a little there on the edge. So I don't know if they meant to leave him out. They get the silence off, but again, it's so hard because the Juice is standing there. Raven, who just managed to get the back line with the Omni side, so at least take out a Lich. But
the shot been taking a heavy beating here too. One more hit and you'll actually die, but he makes it out alive. Ghost Scepter TP out, he makes it out alive as well. I'm not sure if Raven's gonna be so lucky though, because he is in a... he's caught in a pickle! Yeah. And they do fight the
SF as well. He had an arcane moon. Ice.
That's buyback, they just have to use them right now.
Yep.
Go for it.
Still no Sven though. No extra armor. That's the biggest one.
They just can't deal with Deuce at this point. As MP and DJ in on top of Raven. That's going to be a dieback on the Juggernaut. It is indeed GG. FNATIC do it.
Alright, you got your points. Are you happy?
I looked cheat on a bunch of sides. I didn't believe in the draft, but FNATIC did. But I didn't know that was FNATIC doing that draft. Well, I stuck with it because it was FNATIC, not the team.
I would have gone for FNATIC no matter the draft unless something crazy happens. So it does mean that we're now tied, Lizard. Only Owen is still ahead of.
Fly away 体中に広がるパノラマ顔を蹴られた地球が怒って火山を爆発させる溶けた氷の中に恐竜がいたら玉乗りしこみたいねチャラヘチャラ何が起きても気分はヘロヘロカッパチャラヘチャラ胸がバチバチするほど騒ぐ元気だなスタッキー空を急降下ジェットコースター落ちてゆくよパニックのその絵景色逆さになると愉快さ山さ てお尻に見える悩む時間がないよどこかに潜むびっくりに会いたいからチャラヘチャラ頭から棒の方が夢詰め込めるチャラヘチャラ笑顔ウルトラ Z で今日もあいあいあいあいチャラヘチャラ何が起きても気分はヘロヘロカッパチャラヘチャラ胸がパチパチするほど騒ぐ元気だ